Thanks for tuning in, and welcome back to Costa Rica. In the last episode, we arrived in San Jose, picked up our rental in Alajuela, and visited Bejuco, the Ecotermales Quepos, and ended up watching the sunset at the surfing beach of Dominical. The next morning as we got up, it was evident that the surfers here are the up early type, and already eager to catch the first wave of the day. While last night's cleanup crew was just wrapping up, we packed up and hit the road. Our next destination is just a short drive away, right next to the town of Uvita. We will be making one quick stop along the way. So one of the things that we need to do is fill this tank with water, and we're at a gas station right now and they said we can use their tap. So we're going to hook the hose from the tap to the tank and open the valves and fill it. Luckily, the hose was just long enough with being able to park right beside the water. In 2020, Costa Rica signed into law that every person has the basic and inalienable human right of access to drinking water as an essential good for life. Because of this, drinking water is freely available in many places, including gas stations, at no charge. We are able to carry about 2 days of water, so need to fill up quite regularly. In all of our time in Costa Rica, we only bought water twice, and it was more for the convenience of the jugs that it comes in. We never once had a problem with bad drinking water. With all of our water storage filled up, it was time to hit the beach. There are very few paid destinations that we plan to go to on this trip, but the entry fee here is once again very reasonable. So we are just about to enter the beach at Parque Nacional Balena, just in Uvita.
And it's called that because the beach is in the shape of a whale tail.
We've tucked back into a little trail on the side of the beach for some shade because it's hot out there. So this is a national park and it costs $6.78 US per person to get into.
And $5 for parking right at the entrance.
We're almost there. We're at the last spot where we can get some shade, so we're gonna hide under the trees for a few minutes, cool down, and then walk out onto the long tail of the whale.
You will find plenty of spots to hide under the palms to cool down, and though resting in the shade for a few minutes really makes a difference, it's also a good opportunity to prepare for a swim. But beware, barefoot on the dry sand by the palms is hot. Did I mention it's hot here? It's hot here. Walking out to the end of the tail gives a great view back at the coastline. This is such an amazing place. Did I mention it's hot here? Time for me to jump in the water with my snorkel gear and see if there's anything to see. While it wasn't really wavy here, the water was quite stirred up and the visibility wasn't the best. But there were a few interesting things to see. You'll probably note I'm not good at fish identification. This little blue fish is amazingly colorful, but the old GoPro 3 has a hard time keeping up with it. I didn't end up going all that far, but a good start for the first venture into the Costa Rican waters. Time to head back up to the trees for some shade. Maybe I'll check the water one more. No, can't see here either. As I came out of the water, something felt odd. Everything seems bigger. Did everything shrink while I was in there? Was it just the people?
That's why lizards run on sand. Hot.
After a bit of a cool down and a quick snack in the shade, it was time to set out on the rest of the walk back. So it's about 2 kilometers each way to go from the place that we parked out to the tip. And it's hot here, so make sure you bring lots to drink. And it helps if your clothes are soaking wet, because a little bit of breeze helps evaporate some of the heat off of you.
Baleina National Park is a protected area for migrating humpback whales, and it's a great beach to explore on a hot day.
How hot is it? Too hot?
Really hot.
I think last night at 5 o'clock it was 34 degrees Celsius, and that was after it had started to cool off. So yeah, it's hot. One can only imagine what it would have been like to arrive here 200 years ago, having never seen a world like this. The palm trees and huge beach kind of give you the feeling of being shipwrecked or being on Survivor. It's kind of unreal that places like this exist in reality, or at least in our reality. As we cooled our feet in the small river and headed back under the shade of the palms, we prepared for the next leg of our trip, heading further south along the Pacific coast. So we've just left the beach at Baleina National Park.
And that was a really nice place to visit for the day.
And we are now headed south. We've been on Route 34. We're headed out into the Osa Peninsula. We almost had a bit of an emergency there, a vehicle emergency. It seemed all of a sudden the air conditioning wasn't working. Luckily, I just hit the air conditioning button when I shifted gears and turned it off. So it's all good. We have air conditioning again. After a very hilly drive, we emerged into a completely different world on another amazing free camping location. Yes, it really is possible to just camp here on the beach right by the water. Welcome to Playa Blanca. After a peaceful night, Krista woke up as the sun rose and managed to capture our first turtle sighting. Though I apparently slept through it, I can't complain. I mean, who can complain waking up with this as a view out of a tent? Wow, what a morning. The nighttime cleanup crew seems much more colorful here and kind of remind me of that bird from Up. Oh, Kevin, did we finally make it to Paradise Falls?
Actually, there are some pretty amazing birds here, and though they don't sound much different, they are really impressive to see. Scarlet macaws are one of the largest parrots and can grow up to 3 feet long and live for 50 years. Typically, you will see them flying in pairs, as they do mate for life. This map shows the range of scarlet macaws in Costa Rica 100 years ago, almost everywhere except the highest elevations. Here is where they are found now, mostly on the Osa Peninsula. They are not endangered, but their population is declining due to deforestation, so it was nice to see so many in this area.
The views out here are so amazing. I can't imagine how it must look from the eyes of a macaw. Oh wait, yes I can.
Playa Blanca is not a typical Costa Rican beach. It's located in the calm waters of Golfo Dulce, or Sweet Gulf, and is very nice for swimming.
Is it possible for a more peaceful, perfect, tropical paradise campsite to exist? This has to be one of the most relaxing places I've ever been. Have I mentioned it's hot here? Time for another swim. Let's see what's in the water out here. The water here is full of life, though I'm not very good at identifying what it is. So, if you know what some of these are, help us out and put it in the comments section below. And then it happened. At first, like a burn, and then like 100 needles stabbing me. I didn't really know what was going on, but I knew I had to get out of the water in order to stop it. The tiny rocks and broken coral are like trying to walk across a floor of Lego, made even worse when your face is on fire.
All right, what happened, Bruce?
I don't know. Maybe I might have swum through a jellyfish. My top lip just started burning when I was swimming. I had my mask on. I saw a puffer fish. I got it on video. And then my lip started burning. And a little bit of my arm started burning. So I came back. Is it red?
Maybe. A little bit.
Yeah, that wasn't fun.
While I was out being attacked by the aguamalas, Krista managed to capture this amazing little guy. That lizard is cool as a coconut. Speaking of,
This is my coconut that I peeled yesterday, or the day before. This is a green one. The first one was a brown one.
on today's episode of I'll Not Do Old a Machete.
Pop the top out to get a straw in.
Unos minutos más tarde.
Yeah, it tastes fine.
Good.
better size for drinking everything in it.
Yeah.
Let's get some coconut meat. These are a seriously hard nut to crack. Because you know that saying goes back to at least 1745, used by Benjamin Franklin. Maybe he had encountered coconuts too. Also, this is the sound of a machete striking and cracking a coconut sitting on rocks at a quarter speed. Star Wars sound effects. Life here seems to run at a different pace, and that's a good thing. I haven't waited an hour, but it's time to get back in the water. Esta vez, sin aguamalas. Have you ever seen a fish slam on the brakes? I don't think I've ever seen so many fish in one place. Hola! This time around, I've kept a much closer eye on what's right in front of me, and thankfully, didn't find any more jellyfish with my face.
Lots of stuff out there.
What did you see?
Fish.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that video as much as we've enjoyed being here our first week in Costa Rica. If you did, maybe consider subscribing. There's plenty more content like this to come. Give us a like and throw a comment down below if you've got any questions about anything we've done, places we've been, or things we've used. Share the video if you think someone else would enjoy it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.